Now, your WTVA Severe Weather Authority forecast with meteorologist Annea Scales.
Well, Annea, I think the viewers in our area are probably happy for this rain, or they should be, despite how the conditions were last week. Super, super cold.
Yeah.
And I had to be out there, and that I can attest to it. It was not fun at all.
Oh, goodness.
So I'm really, really thankful for these temperatures that we're getting right now.
Yeah, I guess those are two plus sides. So one, at least it's not frozen, and
Yes.
two, of course, this will help those drought conditions that we have been seeing for the past several months. But it kind of seems like now we're getting, within this past week, everything that we kind of needed for the past several months. Looking outside in Blue Springs, the sun just starting to come up, but you can see those roadways. They are definitely wet. You've got puddles on the side of the road. Definitely want to be careful as you're stepping outside the door, because on Storm Track Doppler radar here, you see those widespread showers and thunderstorms. Those have been moving across the area since at least midnight. So of course we could have some slick spots out there on the road. You need to be careful with that. But as Avery and I were mentioning earlier, at least it is warm. We're already in the 50s, the lower to mid 50s out there. That's typically where we see those afternoon highs for this time of year. So it is above average out there, but of course, still, once again, another look outside on the MDOT camera in Tupelo. The highway looking very shiny, those lights reflecting off of the road because of all that water out there. So please increase your following distance as you travel out there today. But we're going to have to bring rain gear, of course, a rain jacket. Just don't need that winter coat. It's 56 degrees here in Tupelo right now, and that wind coming in at around 9 miles per hour. So a little bit of a breeze out there, but thankfully nothing too heavy outside. Speaking of heavy, that rainfall finally starts to lighten up by around mid-morning. So 9 a.m. still seeing some light rainfall across the area, but not anywhere as widespread as what it is right now. So for your lunchtime, still want to have that rain gear handy. Seeing those scattered showers across the area, that begins to taper off heading into the evening. So 3 p.m. or the early afternoon rather, we're seeing those widespread overcast conditions, but most of the showers finally out of the way, reaching that afternoon high 60 degrees. So it'll be a warm one out there, just not quite beautiful though. You're not going to have those blue skies, not going to see sunshine, but it will be warm. So looking at 4 p.m. cooling back into those 50s, but still seeing mostly cloudy skies, and heading into the overnight period pretty much remains the same, overcast, but thankfully no more of these showers or thunderstorms. I mentioned that the afternoon high going to be well above average. We're sitting at 60 degrees to 61 across the area. A few of us though that end up seeing some more of that rainfall likely going to be sticking around in those upper 50s. Either way, we're all well above average for this time of year. So that Saturday, unfortunately, this is the rainy day of the weekend, but tomorrow, Sunday's looking more dry, but not sunnier though. Still seeing those overcast conditions and a little bit cooler as well. Back to closer to where our average temperatures would be. We're going to start off in those lower 40s and finish up in those upper 40s, so near 50 degrees for that high. Then as we go throughout our Monday, starting our work week, thankfully, that sunshine finally going to return, and those average temperatures are back to going to be having those overnight temperatures just above freezing around those lower 30s, and then finishing up the day 54. But those temperatures do increase though as we get midway through the week. So for Tuesday, back in those 60s, those overnight lows though, sticking with the 30s. So pretty much seasonable temperatures for the next work week. A little bit warmer than average, but thankfully that sunshine is going to be sticking around for the next several days.